Hello YouTube, we're bored. This is what happens when you're bored. It's raining out, but it's still 50 degrees, so it's easy to heat the little shop area. We're going to make a custom tool. We're always squaring stuff up, okay? And we, excuse me, ruined the blade out of this by using it as a straight edge for cutting metal, and like I said, they're only $4 or $5. There. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut this off. This will be gone. So let's just show you what's going to be left. This right here is the only thing that's going to be left. Okay? So this will be gone. All this will be gone. This will be gone up to about here. Now we're going to cut this pretty fat, I should say. We're going to cut this way back here so we can disc sand, belt sand right up to this line and make this perfectly straight across here. I think you know what I mean. So that's straight, starting up here at the top, not down here. So let's just start cutting this apart. We're going to use our big cutter disc at a slow speed, not a super fast speed, because I'll tell you what, aluminum will come up real fast. You're better off taking your time on aluminum, a lot of times cutting really a slower speed than a fast speed, because that stuff's going to fly all over. Wear your mask, wear your goggles. Save parts like this. You know they had that, huh? So let's start butchering this. We might be able to save this level, and then we might be able to smooth the bottom. So we'll see what happens. We're just having fun. We're bored. Let's get to work. Make this a short video. Okay, we got smart. We used the hacksaw. See how we're away from the lines? We squared it up. And now, with the hacksaw still stuck in here, we're going to cut this down right close somewhere in here. We'd rather grind it a little bit and then cut this off. So we're getting rid of that. And then we're going to see what we can do about hacksaw in here to remove some of that excess. I think you know what I mean. When your blades come up on aluminum, I don't know what to tell you. It's all in the angle. Well, it's kind of hard to cut through a split part like that. It's all in how you handle your saw. These are really good blades. I've showed them in a video. What did I do? An expensive Starrett? No, it's HF Cheap Tools. Wasn't that easy? Like I said, hacksaw. There. We're going to hacksaw what we can do in here, too. You know, we might fill it. We might just leave this gap in here. We want it. We're always looking for different squares and tools, stuff on the drill press. And we're always grabbing this and that other part's always in the way. It's like, you know, if I just had this, you know, you're trying to square something up like this and keep it flat. You know what I mean? Or even like this. So that's why we're going to make sure this is tuned up good. Okay, this we're going to have to cut out with a Dremel tool. We have no choice. We want to try to save this, even though it's cheap. So, this we may try to hacksaw down in here. But I don't know. It said you get in there where there's like, you get, that's where you get jammed up, aluminum, but you know what I mean. You're going to start cutting, and next thing you know, your blade's going to start jamming up. But be careful, you can do the same thing with a cutter blade. You'll jam it up and break it. Aluminum is very, very gummy. Let's get to work. Let's work on this. Okay, in case somebody's yelling at me to take this plastic cap out of the end, right here, it wouldn't have done any good. It's epoxied in there. But not in this part. Water on the end, that's how they put together the factory. It's all a molded piece. They slide in there and put some epoxy, and they stick this cap in the end. So it's out, and that stuff stays hot for a long time. Warning. This is later for about 2 minutes, and it is still hot. Aluminum holds heat better than steel, I know it does. I don't know what I'll use this for. Maybe I'll find a level that needs a replacement. Make a little line level. Of course, I hardly ever use a string level unless you're building a building. incorporate it into another homemade tool or something. We will save it though, because we didn't wreck it. I don't think you'd get that off there. I don't know what you use. By the time you try to dissolve the epoxy, you'd probably dissolve the plastic. You can see it in there. See where it's all squirted out. Get back to work. And voila! Whatever they say. There, let's clean this up. That's all I wanted out of this thing. Well, you talk about cutting it close, and I'm not bragging. Look at that. Well, that's cutting it close with a cutter disc. And I was going at an angle so I'd miss it. I was going at angles and stuff, so I missed chopping into that. Wouldn't that have been a mess? Here we go. Let's clean this up. And that's all we wanted. There's all kinds of times we're setting stuff up in the drill press or a dig. We just need something just to square this way, or you know what I mean. You could find a use for this if you had it. I'm sure you might find some aluminum scrap somewhere. I may fill that cracking with some epoxy, or I may not. It might be better that I don't. Okay, let's finish cleaning this up. Let's make this more presentable. You know, I could almost clean that up and keep that. I'd probably put the scribe back in there. I ain't worried about it. He said in a gruff voice. Okay, we're milling this down with a cutter disc. I don't know how good you can hear me with a mask on, goggles, headphones. I think you can see that. See, I'm going at an angle. And I'm running the blade up and down. You practice doing this stuff, you'll get good at it. Okay. I'm losing my voice. You know, I always say go at an angle, right? If you went straight across her, you'd be digging in. Go at an angle in case you touch. You can probably even see it better this way. Go at an angle so you're barely touching the good stuff. Now we'll go back. That way you can really see it. See it? Went this way. Next we'll go, you know what I mean. We'll go the opposite way. Then we'll take a drum sander or something, smooth it out. That's all we want with this little hunk of metal. Do you see what I mean? We tried not to ruin the sides by sticking it in the vise. We will lap that on a piece of sandpaper. Like that. On all the sides. Okay, back to work. And we are done with this. We tried painting some spray can paint there. It didn't come out very good. Got it on our fingers. We did have the sides with some tape on it. We just put so much in there, it's taking forever to dry. It's just cheap black enamel spray paint. But it's been sanded on all the sides. It's got to be square. So it's square. It's square everywhere. It's square this way. The only thing that's not square is the very ends. That does not matter. We want this way square. We want this way flat and square. I think you know what I mean. All that work for this little bitty tool. But it'll be worth it. You'll see me using it someday in one of my jigs. When I'm squaring up something. So thanks for watching. Look for the pictures. We're out of here.